everybody, my name is Haley Camacho, and today I will be informing you guys about the prison system with dealing with the mentally ill and the jail system as well. So first, I'm going to introduce you guys to three men that have very similar backgrounds and just have very similarities overall. First, I'm going to introduce you to Rasho. Rasho is 43 years old, sentenced to 26 years in prison, and spent over 22 hours in a day in solitary confinement. Diagnosed with multiple mental health conditions, which include depression, schizophrenia, and personality disorder. Next, I'm going to introduce you guys to Taylor. Taylor is 51 years old, spent over 10 years in solitary confinement, diagnosed with paranoia, personality disorder, and delusional disorder. Lastly, I'm going to introduce you guys to my father. My father has spent around 10 years in jail and 5 years in prison. Diagnosed with around 6 different disorders, which include depression, schizophrenia, bipolar, alcoholism, claustrophobia, and anxiety. Growing up, I was exposed to this environment, and it's helped me understand the inmate's point of view as well as the correctional point of view. The total number of jails and prisons diagnosed with diagnosis of mentally ill gain around 3,021,884, according to the National Commission on Correctional Health Care. According to the Legislative Analysis Act, it costs an average around $81,000 per inmate in a prison in California. So right now I'm going to introduce to you guys some numbers. Sorry guys. So first comes security, then comes mentally ill. These numbers are regarding every inmate that comes in with a mental illness. So security averages around 35,000. And then next comes mental health care, which is 26,000, which include medical care, psychiatric care, pharmaceutical, and dental care. So I showed you guys this because first comes security, and security that's where they receive the most funding, which these security guards and security overall, they're not properly trained to handle the mentally ill and to understand the mentally ill. Next comes inmate health care. Psychiatric services comes in number 2. For the mentally ill to be so high up in ranking in the prison and jail system, psychiatric should be number 1, and that's just it's crazy statistics. These inmates with mental illnesses, they don't ask for it, and ultimately they suffer from having these mental illnesses, and what we do to help them is house them in jail systems rather than housing them in psychiatric centers with the proper staff to understand them and to help them. So next, I'm going to help you understand the psychiatric problem these inmates face daily. Data from 18,185 prisoners, about 26% of inmates were diagnosed with mental health conditions. According to the 2004 survey of inmates in state and federal correctional facilities, many inmates are diagnosed with mental illnesses in institutions but get sentenced to years in prison and years in jail. 18% were taking medication on admission to prison, and more than 50% did not receive proper pharmaceutical therapy, according to the 2004 survey of inmates in state and federal correctional facilities. Instead of institutions finding the right health care for these inmates, they decide to only medicate them. Let's move on to the taxpayers' money. How does our money get distributed in the correctional facility? So now we're going to understand that. So according to the Legislative Analysis Act, 26,665 of our taxpayer money goes towards inmate health care. Inmate health care is the top cost of the money. Majority of our money is going towards health care, but these inmates are still having high returning rates to jail. In total, today I explained to you guys the incarceration rate of the mentally ill. I did by explaining the housing of the mentally ill in a correctional facility. Then we went to taxpayers' money and how we contribute to them, to the incarcerated. Mental illness is a life-threatening disorder, and I grew up watching my father struggle with having voices in his head, to watching him get intoxicated because he can't control what's going on in his head. And I also grew up visiting him behind bars because it just went too far. It was not an easy childhood. Incarceration of a loved one is never easy to watch, especially when they lose control of their own mind. Today I informed you of what children, significant other, loved ones go through in their lives. I also informed you how correctional facilities determine and the steps they take on the mentally ill. Thank you guys.